Well, Chef Jack Witherspoon is back with us, and he discovered his passion for cooking while he was in the hospital battling leukemia. Now, Mark, I don't know if you know, but there's a very special bond that he has with you. So please, Chef Jack, tell Mark what it was that you saw or you were watching while in the hospital.
Well, when I was in the hospital, this is my first relapse. I've had leukemia 3 times. And during my first relapse, I got bored of cartoons and I started watching the Food Network. And your show was one of the first shows I've ever watched on the Food Network. So I had a very special connection watching you in the hospital, and I really enjoyed it.
So I had chronic lymphatic leukemia, and you had?
ALL, acute lymphocytic leukemia.
Okay, so similar stuff.
Similar, yeah.
So 3 times you beat it, though, huh?
I beat it 3 times. The 3rd time I had a bone marrow transplant, and that was by far the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
All right, I'm gonna hug you. Oh my gosh.
It just even gets more of a connection that I know you have had the similar things, cancer, being a cancer survivor and all. It just gives it even more meaning and makes me want to cry.
I know how you feel. I know how you feel. So we better cook before we both start crying, okay? So what are we gonna do? What are we making?
So I'm making my healthy version of a fried chicken dinner.
Okay.
So,
now fried chicken is one of those things that you go to when you want to cheat, but you're gonna make it healthy?
So I heard you wanted to lose a couple pounds. You want to eat a little healthier.
Okay, that's true.
So
did you see that lady they're gonna have work out with me?
I know.
You should come with me.
Yeah. I'll be there.
Mark, before you guys start, I know that they have chicken for us there to serve us, so may I ask them to please bring
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. Okay, we get to eat while you cook. Okay, please.
Before we get into this, you've been named Boy of the Year as opposed to Man of the Year.
I've been named Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Boy of the Year for 2015, and that's a real honor. I get to speak at a lot of these events for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and I get to be the inspiration for the Man and Woman of the Year campaign, which raises millions of dollars for cancer research.
Way cool. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about chicken.
So actually first, to give this dish a lot of flavor, we're gonna season our breadcrumbs.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off here, we're gonna add our panko breadcrumbs. We're gonna add our Parmesan cheese.
I hear a lot of
Oh my gosh.
That's what you want to hear.
The couscous and the chicken is unbelievable.
It pairs perfectly, doesn't it?
It does pair. It pairs beautifully.
How old are you really?
I just add some garlic powder, some onion powder, some red chili flakes. Give it a little heat. Yeah, it's very crispy. Yeah.
Wow.
Some herb de Provence.
Wow.
A little dried rosemary, because rosemary and chicken goes great.
Right.
And that with some parsley with it too. And
That's the problem with healthy fried chicken. You feel like it's not crispy enough, but this is crispy.
yeah, it's very crispy.
And it's not dry.
No, not dry at all.
moist.
And in just a second, I will show you how to make it the most juicy, tender, flavorful.
Trying to show us, okay? Let him take us there.
Season the breadcrumbs, because one of the things Bobby Flay always taught me is if you don't season your food, it's not going to taste good, and he 86s people out of his restaurant who don't do it, the chefs.
And you know, boneless, skinless chicken breasts have a tendency to be kind of flavorful and dry. So this really helps it to be more flavorful.
Okay.
And another way to make this the most juicy, flavorful piece of chicken you've ever had is pounding it.
Okay.
And this is my favorite part of the dish. It really makes the dish so much juicier, so much more flavorful, and it's the key to making this the best fried chicken ever. And a lot of home cooks either forget about this step or don't even know about this step, so it's very, very important. So start pounding it out, start at the thicker part of the chicken and kind of move your way so that's all even. You want it about 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch thick.
What do you think about when you're pounding that? Anybody in particular?
I don't know, if I'm mad at my brother, this kind of gets some anger out. So
I do this?
Yeah, you want to try?
Woody Fraser. Woody Fraser. There you go.
Yeah. So 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch thick. That looks great. You don't want to shred the chicken.
No.
If I was doing this at home, I'd probably flip it over, do a little bit more on the smoother side, kind of fine tune it. But let's keep it going. Since they're very anxious to ask me more questions.
Oh my gosh, we just got told off.
Ignore them.
Yeah,
I think we did.
And another way to make this dish really healthy is I'm using grapeseed oil, and it has a lot of vitamins and minerals, and it has no cholesterol. It's really great because because it has a slight nuttiness.
That's right.
But it doesn't overpower any flavor. It really allows the flavor of the chicken to come through.
It's the only oil that Robert Irvine uses, and exactly for those reasons, because if you taste olive oil, it gives a particular flavor.
Yes.
And this is a much cleaner taste.
Yeah.
Grapeseed oil.
Grapeseed oil is amazing.
No, it's amazing. No, truly. And I'm so hungry and so thrilled. I can't even tell you.
So this is healthier for me because you're not frying it?
Well, we're just gonna brown it in our pan. So
Okay.
I've just kind of lightly dipped in our grapeseed oil and then put our breadcrumbs on it, and then I'm gonna fry it in our pan.
Did you season the
Grab it.
pan, Chef Jack?
So this is a pan that I've just sprayed with a little nonstick spray to make sure our breadcrumbs do not stick. If you're using a nonstick pan, you still want to spray it with a little bit of oil spray so it doesn't stick, because we're not breading it, so you don't want the breadcrumbs to stick. So let me grab my spatula, and you want to cook it about 3 to 5 minutes on each side until the breadcrumbs get nice and crispy. And we're not fully cooking it. We're just browning the outside. We want it to sear in those wonderful juices and the flavors of the chicken.
I think I'm in love with you.
I know.
Debbie has never been this quiet. I'm in love with you.
She's mesmerized by you.
If I was only
you're turning
35
it.
years
So
younger.
probably cook it a little bit more, but
Okay, so normally another 2 or 3 minutes.
Another 2 to 3 minutes on each side.
Okay.
But you can see what I'm talking about. And then once this is full, we've browned both sides, we're gonna put it on our rack on our baking sheet.
A rack?
Yeah, and
Are we talking? A rack. Oh, I
rack.
thought we were going a whole
On
other
our-
direction there.
No,
Okay,
yeah.
Why does it need to be on a rack? You can't just go on a baking
Well,
dish or...
I've found if it's just on a baking dish, the underside of the chicken can get a little soggy and not as crisp. So if you put it in a rack, the underside gets just as crispy as the up on the top.
Brilliant.
This seems like the sort of thing you can make for your whole family really easily.
Yes,
too, right? You can
such a
scale
crowd
this up.
pleaser. It's so great for those upcoming parties and festivals in the summer and the spring.
great.
Yeah.
So we put it on the rack.
So we put it on the rack, and I'm gonna turn my heat down.
Okay.
And I think we have
look at
some done
this.
over here. These have been fully cooked.
Nice.
How long did you, it was at what temperature for how long?
So we want to cook it in about a 400-degree oven for about 20-25 minutes, and then they come out looking like that.
It's just unbelievable. You want taste? All right, Mark
So,
is
and
going
then you've had that. It's been paired with my Israeli couscous, tomato, and kale salad. And I think it works perfectly because the dressing is so tangy and sweet,
my gosh.
but the chicken's so salty and savory. I think they complement each other.
This whole,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the ingredients is all you.
Actually, I have a version of my regular traditional fried chicken in my book, and that's really good, but it's not as healthy. So it's something for Mark to look forward to when he's off his diet.
I like it's an international dish because he said he used Iraq and Israeli couscous.
That's right. Oh.
There's a joke there somewhere.
Yeah,
We're
but
gonna
I don't know what it is.
Make
So-
peace in the kitchen.
That's right. So give us an update on your health. You're perfect, I'm assuming.
Yes, I have no medicine, nothing. It's been about 3.5 years, a little over 3.5 years since my transplant. I'm feeling great. In normal high school, I'm on my high school surf team.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Wonderful.
Oh my gosh.
Good for you.
A surf team. That sounds. Yeah. That's so cool. Well, I want to thank you for being here. You were absolutely
so happy to be here.
amazing, and so happy to meet you. Round of applause.